Hi.
Greetings.
Hello. How's it going?
I I have so much to say. I This may be another long-winded episode because there's a lot of ground we got to cover.
There's a lot of things that need to be talked about.
I'm pumped, I think.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like overall, it was a great episode.
I agree.
Overall,
Yes, agreed. It did get a little dull there in the middle.
right.
Kelly Marte posted a picture of her husband and daughter, and they were both asleep.
Asleep. Both passed out asleep watching the show. Mood.
Yeah.
Mood.
I was also like fading there.
I don't know. I felt so into it the whole time. I loved the theme. I was obsessed with music video night. I hope they bring that back. I thought major success.
I agree. I loved it. I loved that we didn't pigeonhole ourselves into something like super niche because there are so many iconic music videos out there. I thought it was a great pick.
Yeah, I thought they did a good job kind of spreading out the types of music, and they really were creative. So I enjoyed that. And I also Paula Abdul was our guest judge tonight. And
Yeah, she was.
so the guest judges this year are just killing me. It's like they had to sign a contract or something to like give harsh scores, but I did really enjoy Paula's feedback the whole night. So I thought overall she was a great guest judge.
Is she the nicest woman in the world?
Yes, and gorgeous. She looks just like she did 30 years ago.
Yeah, she looks good as hell. You know who didn't look good as hell?
Who?
Julianne.
Okay, I thought she looked good.
So here's the thing. I totally get it. I got the Madonna reference instantly. But like just the way that it was styled, which obviously we had to make it a little more PG for ABC,
Right.
but like the crotch of that just peeking out was so criminal.
That's so funny. I don't know. You know who I thought she was? I thought she was Christina Aguilera when she first walked out. And I was like, oh my God, she looks just like Christina Aguilera.
The hair and the red lip.
Yeah, I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. And then I saw like the bra and the suit. And then I thought, oh yeah, you're right. This is definitely Madonna here.
Amy Linder
But it
said
took a minute. It took a minute for me.
Amy Linder said Julianne needs to sue for emotional damages to whoever did her costume and hair tonight. I think at one point when she got a little wonky last night. I think maybe the circulation was getting cut off to her brain from the crotch of that negligee.
Yeah, she did have a slow start, especially when we get to Lele and Brandon's dance in their commentary or whatever. Especially, I thought during Lele's time in the skybox, Julian was off, but that's me.
It's the Barry skybox interview for me, but we'll get to
that. Yeah, we will. Okay, what needs to be covered before we get into the dances?
So first and foremost, Brendan Mosley has requested a shout out to Mr. Gobbles on the podcast because apparently I'm marrying a man who thinks that inflatables are good choices for lawn decor. So we have a 6-foot inflatable turkey that lights up in our front yard right now with a bib on that says "Let's eat."
I think because kids love those things so much that they make good lawn decor. Like the kids are obsessed with those.
Okay, well, we are two grown adults.
Brendan himself is a kid.
I think it might have blown over today because at 5 p.m. he got a ring notification that our old man neighbor Carl brought
shout out
Carl brought Mr. Gobbles up and sat him on the front porch.
That's funny.
So I don't know if he was like laying face down in the yard. I told Brendan, I was like, I think maybe he just thinks it's tacky and ugly and we should get rid of it.
That's so funny. We don't have a yard or anything. So
well, when you guys buy a house and get a yard, I know what I'm sending you.
Mr. Gobbles. Thank you.
Your very own.
Mr. Gobbles.
But yeah, so shout out to Mr. Gobbles. That's my life these days. And then the only thing I really needed to cover is just And I hate to even talk about this actually, but just the drama of Cheryl Burke's podcast right now these days.
What is it called? What's it called? It has
sex, lies, and spray tans.
Jesus, Cheryl. What kind of, I mean,
I don't really know. Sex, lies, yes. That goes together. Spray tans.
Yeah. This poor girlie, she's having a rough year. Cheryl's been having a rough couple years. I think after her divorce, which I think would do anyone, it's a tough time. But I think Cheryl is really not, she's not having, let's say like a breakthrough moment. She's really kind of sulking a little bit, and it's showing in her attitude.
Here's what I think. I think that she's pissed off that she did not get offered a judging or hosting position.
I don't know. I thought
because she's being very bitter for the show that she low key owes all of her success and like fame to.
Yeah, truly. Like she had Caitlin Bristow on, which was the talk of the week, right? Where she had Caitlin Bristow on, and in her interview with Caitlin Bristow, apparently Caitlin has done something. She has called Caitlin and Cheryl both have been calling everyone assholes, but Caitlin Bristow specifically has been calling everybody assholes all over all these podcasts. She called
them dicks.
She called Artem and Alan specifically dicks and or assholes, which can be interchangeable, I guess. So she called them.
Can they? Two different functions, really?
She called them. Well, I mean, like, you know what I mean. You know. What I mean. Anyway.
Yeah.
So she was on Cheryl's podcast, I guess, trying to backtrack, and was saying, I call everybody a dick. I call everybody an asshole. First of all, no, you don't. Second of all, they have a right to be upset with you and to ignore you when all you've been doing is going on a slander campaign about Dancing with the Stars and then getting them involved. When they're currently on the show.
To be a part of this sloppy narrative. And also, Caitlin Bristow, you won. Like, you should have your mirror ball stripped from you for just being a bitch about it. And also, if you are the kind of person who calls everyone an asshole or a dick, maybe get some help.
Yeah.
I'm going to use the Michael Jordan meme where he goes, stop it, get some help. That's to you, Caitlin Bristow, because it's not funny. It's not cool. Like, this is these people's livelihood. And like, it's just, it's unnecessary. And like, Alan wasn't even your partner. So what the hell is that even for?
Yeah.
She was basically like pissed because she said Alan still isn't talking to her, which, like, you went on a very public platform and said that he's an asshole. Like, why would he want to talk to you? And then she was like, well, when I was at Dancing with the Stars, he walked right past me and made a point not to look at me. And I'm like, he doesn't want to talk to you because you're being messy and rude.
And literally no one wants to talk to you right now because all you've done is go on multiple podcasts and talk about how everyone on the show sucks and that it's a shitty show. And telling Charity on your own podcast when you had her on, you're going to have a miserable time. Like, your partner is an asshole. What? Who does that? It's really weird. So anyway, that was in the news. But I love it when Dancing with the Stars makes e-news in the news, you know, it keeps us.
Yeah, same. Keeps us relevant.
Keeps us in the mix. And, you know, Caitlin had such a good season. That finale with Neve and then Nelly and Justina, that was such a good year. That was a
really good year. That was a fun year.
And she didn't deserve it. And I would love to have her trophy stripped from her, but, you know, goodbye. Anyway.
Yeah, goodbye. Thank you. See you never get out of here. And be nice. Be nice to people. Don't just haphazardly call people dicks on a public forum.
And they might be assholes and dicks. I don't know. But, like, weird. Why? I don't know. I don't get it. Okay. Want to talk about the dances?
Let's do it.
Okay. So first up, our very first dance of the night was Lele and Brandon. They had a salsa music video to Whenever, Wherever by Shakira.
So I knew that she was going to slay this because, like, obviously being a Latina in the music
it's her
industry,
personality.
Yeah, absolutely. Shakira's like a huge, like, icon, idol, you know, for her. Like, she loves her. She's a Shakira stan for sure. Her hips were not lying.
They were not lying.
That's that. on that. I felt like the dance, again, she's still missing some of that refinement in her movements, and the lift was a hot ass mess. But the way that the dance ended was just chef's kiss. She slayed that shit. And I thought overall it was a really good dance.
Yeah. I thought she looked amazing. She was really embodying the Shakira vibe. She really was killing that. I thought her confidence was really showing. Um, I thought while it was blocky and bumpy at times, it was still very entertaining. I couldn't take my eyes off her. I still loved the dance. I was all in. I had bought in very early. I thought the end was so sexy and it felt tight or her outfit felt tight on her in
I
like the
think she was
wrong area.
uncomfortable. Yeah.
So it looked uncomfortable and then I don't think that helped with the lifts. However, I agreed with Carrie Ann's comments on the lifts. The lifts did look a little bit shaky to me, but I still think that Lele she's not a big girl by any means. I'm not calling Lele big at all, but she's not a 5 pound little bitty tiny pro dancer like a lot of the others that are left right now.
Mm-hmm.
And so I thought that those lifts were good for the dance and could have used a little bit more refinement and made that dance kind of feel separated at times, but still overall was such a good dance to me. I was blown away. I loved it. It was
Yeah.
great for a week 8, whatever we were on, week 7. Week 7 dance. It was incredible.
Well, and it was she came out like she was shot out of a cannon, which is exactly what you want for the first dance of the night to get the people excited and energized and hyped up and ready for the night. And I think she totally crushed that. But I will say, Carrie Ann's comment about the lift, like, I'm sorry, you don't get to say that. You've made being the lift police your entire personality for years. So you don't get to come in and be like, who cares about the lifts? No, stop it.
Mm-hmm.
But I did agree. Like, it was a mess, but it didn't like ruin the dance by any means.
Yeah, it was kind of weird because it was super, super good, but also not great.
Yeah.
That's a weird thing. But it's because the theme was so good. She had the
Yeah.
perfect theme. She had the perfect song. She had a very recognizable character and she committed 1000% like she always does.
She was
Um,
feeling
and it
herself.
was very sexy. So, okay. Carrie Ann scored a 9, Derek an 8, Paula Abdul an 8, and Bruno an 8. So 33 out of 40.
I feel like that was good for the opening number.
Yeah.
A nice middle ground to kind of like higher than like your average, but like not tens across the board.
Yeah. And I first kind of started thinking there, okay, Paula's going to be a low score. I was like, because I want, like we said last week, I want this guest judge to come in and give everybody 10s. Like, I don't care how bad their dances are. That's just what I want. That's what
Mm-hmm.
I expect from them. And so I always get bummed out when it seems like they're being a little bit more serious.
They're taking it
lately.
very seriously.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Nisi was way too serious.
But the thing I will say about Paula Abdul is that she gave really, really great feedback and made sure to point out something very positive. Like she
She
like
never gave a mean criticism.
no, and she speaks so gently. It's very funny. Like
Yeah,
it's very comforting. Like I
totally.
want her to tell me like how great I am in that nice little
Same.
voice.
I want to be on this show so she can tell me how great of a dancer I am. Okay, well, moving on. Ariana and Pasha, they had a cha-cha-cha to I'm a Slave for You by Britney Spears.
So I was a little nervous about this just because I was
I
like,
was very nervous about this.
I was like, well, one, it's like so iconic. Like that is the one thing about like the huge pressure of this night is that like you've picked these like super recognizable, iconic, world renowned music videos that people have like very strong like
opinions of and
opinions
they
on.
hold in high regard and I'm a
Absolutely.
Slave for You is one of them. Yeah.
And so you can't like do it, you have to do it justice, right? So I was really nervous. Her fit was giving Christmas.
Yes.
Which was odd. Like I got the top and like I get that the skirt is like for the cha-cha-cha, but like it
The
just
skirt
why
looked like an accident, like a last minute choice.
I swear to God, I wore a skirt like that to a date party in college.
1000%.
Um, but I was obsessed with this dance. It was like I don't think I've ever noticed, but like, does she look like Britney Spears?
Looks just like her. She looked just like her last night.
It was incredible. The whole thing, and I think this too is what I really enjoyed about the night is like one, we got backup dancers and a bunch of stuff, which is always
Yes.
super fun. The performance value was so high. I was obsessed with it. Her breakout, like Pasha did an amazing job with this choreography
Right.
to make it very cha-cha. But like
Cha-cha.
cha-cha. Sorry, I like swallowed at a weird time. And so like I didn't get the third
Couldn't
one
get that
out.
third cha out. I
Yeah,
get it.
a cha-cha-cha, as Lynn would say. But like he threw all this choreography in there and it still looked so Britney, like her breakout moment where she was like doing the like iconic Britney dance move and she was or dance moves and the like backup dancers were behind her. That's like super intimidating because when you're not a pro and you're dancing with the pros, like it can either make you or break you.
Yeah.
And she crushed it. I loved this. I watched it again today and it's just so damn good.
Yeah, I'm with you. She looked just like Britney here. The hair was on point.
Yeah.
Hair and makeup worked overtime. She looked fierce, spicy, hot. She danced right on track with the pros. You couldn't tell that she wasn't a pro half the time when she was right there with them.
Well,
Pasha,
she's a 2-time dance champion. Don't forget.
yes, she is. She sure is. I was doing research on that this morning, trying to figure out what it was. I think that she danced in college on a dance team, is what I have come to believe. Okay, regardless, Pasha the Anaconda with the choreography, the snakeskin shirt. He is just the most precious man on the planet, and he came out there with this girl and just threw this dance at us full speed, and it was incredible. I was right there with Bruno when he called her a bad, bad, bad girl up there dancing. I loved in the package where Brittany, I'm calling Ariana Brittany, where Ariana was telling
They
Pasha,
morphed into one person last night.
literally when Ariana was telling Pasha the choreography from the music video, and she's like, "Oh no, I know all of this. I know all the choreography for all of these dances tonight." So it really, really showed, and I was absolutely floored by her scores because I thought she was going to get all tens.
I did too. It was literally that good. It was so damn good.
I thought this was worthy of the first perfect score. Was it obviously absolutely a perfectly technical, cha cha cha? No,
I
maybe
hate you.
not. But it was just so entertaining, so good, just very well rounded, and I thought it was worthy of at least a couple more tens. And I was just floored because I didn't think the critiques matched the scoring here.
I agree with that 100%. And like the thing that you have to remember too is like you've basically tasked mostly the pros, since they are the ones who do the choreography, with basically doing a fusion dance where like it has to reflect the iconic music video that you're given while also still being the style of dance that you've been given. So you have to mesh those together into a beautiful, perfect baby. And I think Pasha absolutely delivered on that with the content of this dance and the choreography. And Ariana just ate it up and like did the damn thing. So
Yeah.
I don't really know what more they were looking for here because I can't imagine. I don't really know what would have made it better, to be honest.
Me either. So she got a 9 from Carrie Ann. I was expecting a 10 from Carrie Ann. She got a 9 from Derek. I was expecting a 9 from Derek. She got a 10 from Paula Abdul, which made me very happy. And she got a 9 from Bruno, which again, I was expecting a 10. So
Agreed.
she got a 37 out of 40 here, which wound up being the high score of the night and really did her a favor there at the end. So
yeah. Mackenzie Pearson commented in the Facebook group, which as always from Lynn, the 10 DWTS. Find us on Facebook. We have a live chat every week. I was literally in tears because I was laughing so hard last night. Y'all are wild. But Mackenzie Pearson commented and said that dance straight up turned me on by both Pasha and Ariana.
Well, it's true.
And I think everyone can agree with that.
I agree.
Except for the judges, obviously.
Let's talk about the next dance. We went from
Do we have to?
We went I wish we didn't. We went from a high, very high. Okay, and also I will say at this point, after Ariana's dance, I am sold on music video night. I'm like, this is the night of the year. This is the best night. And then I had been seeing Harry's kind of promo throughout the day of his look.
Oh, God.
And Harry and Riley. Okay, let's get to them. Harry and Riley, Jazz, It's Gonna Be Me by NSYNC.
So, okay. I forgot that in this music video, they are like on a toy shelf at like a Target. And they are like dressed, like they have like the like stop motion, like molded clay, like dolls. That are part of the music video. So that's what they were going for with this costuming. I thought he was just supposed to look like Justin Timberlake, and I was like, why does he look so horrible and awful and scary? Just a couple comments really quick because I am screaming, crying, throwing up. Colleen Suzanne said he looks like a wax figure.
He did.
Ashley Brown said he's literally my sleep paralysis demon.
Stop.
And Kelly Marte said JT's cheeks look pretty normal and Harry looks like he's storing food for the winter.
So Harry does have really round cheeks, on top of his cheekbones, because I was comparing photos today because that's how in awe I was. Because I wrote in my notes, it looks like he has cheek implants, but then they just contoured the shit out of his cheek bubbles. I swear.
Not the cheek bubbles.
I swear to you. The look was absolutely nuts, as was the dance. But the look was nuts.
I feel like, though, like, no one remembers like, when I think of that music video, the first thing that comes to mind is the doll movements, like, that the actual guys in NSYNC are doing, because it's a mashup of, like, you have the little, like, kitschy clips of them at the toy store with the girl, but then a huge part of the music video is also like the actual guys of NSYNC dancing and singing.
And they're tied to strings. Are they not?
Boo.
Am I making that up? It looks like it. At one point, I remember the music video where they're puppets.
Because the girl is puppeteering them.
Yes.
And so I just didn't really know why we went the direction of like the dolls versus just like Justin Timberlake, because he had a very iconic look at that time anyway with the ramen noodle hair. So I'm not.
But the ramen noodle hair was on point last night.
It was on there for sure. Legend has it, it's still super glued to his head today. But like, I don't know why they went that direction, and it was so distracting to me. It was like kind of a jump scare, but that's neither here nor there. Let's talk about the actual dance. You go ahead.
So I didn't mind the look or kind of the opener. It all worked. It worked for me. But what didn't work for me was the dance. It was a fun theme.
Just the whole dance.
It was a fun theme. It really was. And I think Riley really is doing her best. I thought that the cartwheel trick that they did at the very end was very cool. Loved that. But that was about it. I think Harry really struggled this week. He looked like he was off from the second that the dance started. It looks like he's half-assing his moves. I think that Harry is trying, but when he performs, it's like it almost, to me, it looks like he forgets everything before he walks out there, which I think would happen to me too. I'm not saying that this is easy, but it just looks like it's been happening week after week after week. And this week was really no different. It just really was a mess. And when he was side by side with Gleb and Alan, I felt absolutely terrible for him.
Yes, it was the opposite of when Ariana was. I don't even remember who her backup dancers were because I couldn't stop looking at her.
Right.
And I'm with you. I think he like, I don't know that he didn't remember the moves, but he was like half a second behind them. So they would start doing it. And then he was almost like, oh, yeah. This move next, you know?
Yep. So.
And they just like showed him up so bad. Like, I feel like putting him next to them was a big disservice to him. And I also kind of felt like, which I totally understand where Riley is coming from with her choreography. She really is trying to make it exciting and fun, even though Harry is not a natural or very skilled dancer. but I felt almost like it was the Riley show a little bit at parts of it.
Yeah. And I think that that's kind of what she's trying to do, is kind of just distract away from Harry a little bit. But we've just got to get Harry to move those feet a little bit more. We really do.
He moved, I will say, he moved a lot better. It wasn't necessarily on beat, but he did move. And he's just so heavy on his feet.
Mm-hmm.
Like he doesn't have the bounce, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I also think that he had the most fun this week. And I smiled at the end.
I did. I also did.
Partially because it was over. No, I'm just kidding. Not really. It was tough to watch this week. But like, he literally at the end, I watched it back today. He is grinning ear to ear. He is overjoyed. And it's very pure and very sweet. And I was really happy that he had such a good time. And I wish that I had had a better time watching it. And I do like him. It's that point in the season though, where like, seriously, like, people who are improving and just better are going to start going home because people are voting just based on their favorite person, which is fine. It is, that's the way the show is. It's not anyone's fault. It's the way the show is set up these days, this season.
Yeah.
And so it's not fair for people to, like, people can do whatever you want. It's, you know, it is what it is. But it's not fair for people to like dump on Harry and Riley because they're getting the votes, because it's not their fault.
Exactly. I'm having a hard time with it all too. I was doing some research today, so we can talk about it more with elimination because it goes a lot more along the lines of elimination. But Harry and Riley are the exact same situation as Vinny and Coco last season. Everyone was ready for Vinny to go, but Vinny was pulling votes, and people loved Vinny, and people wanted him there. So, I mean, that's just how it goes. Have I been voting for Harry? No, I haven't. But a lot of people are. And Harry is in the news. Harry's on TikTok. Harry's keeping the show interesting. A lot more people are watching the season because Harry's on it. So there are some benefits there. It is really, really hard though, because he is falling so far away from the other pack. Mm-hmm. And the judges gave him all 6s, which is basically a 3 at this point. That is the lowest that you can possibly get. It's their way of saying you don't belong here anymore. Yeah.
Which sucks. And I felt so bad. Like, you could see on his face just the joy of like, partially, I'm sure he was like, holy shit, I just did it. Like, I've completed the dance.
Thank God.
I didn't totally botch it. You know, I didn't go out there and forget everything I was supposed to do. So, like, he was riding the high. And it's just, he's just not at the same level as everyone else by far. And it sucks for him to have him be so excited. And then the judges have to hit him with the harsh reality that it wasn't very good technically as a dance. Mm-hmm. And you watch his face fall, and like, I have nothing against this person. Like, I like him. I think he's sweet. I think Riley's sweet. I'm happy they're here. But it's almost like they've overstayed their welcome, and it's going to start negatively affecting them.
It already has.
But both with internet hate and then like just watching this man's confidence be shit on national TV is tough.
Yeah. And again, he's not a dancer. So we have to remember that, just like I have to remember that with some of the other couples.
And I think, you know what I think would help him a lot?
What?
If they had a male pro, like, come in and work with him.
I think you're right. I think that could be good. I think he needs Artem.
He needs something.
No, he literally needs Artem's boot camp just for like 2 hours. And then he's a ballroom dancer, maybe.
So, speaking of just the people and the feelings associated with Harry and Riley still being in the competition, we got to shout out Laurel Rowell's great uncle's Facebook status.
Yes.
He's not in our Facebook group yet, but he should be. So, Guy Niecase, Laurel Rowell's great uncle, posted this Facebook
She said
status.
He's how old? 79? What'd
75?
She say? 75.
All right, and I quote, if DWTS keeps voting Harry Jazzy to stay on the show, they need to take the show off of programming. Not even close to what's called dancing. I can't dance either, but I know what it's supposed to be like.
With the spitting facts. I love how
mean,
passionate and impassioned we are about getting Harry off the show. Like, it's so funny. It's so funny.
I mean, I'm just so conflicted because, like, I don't want anyone to feel really badly about themselves, but like, it's not good anymore. Like, it can't pass anymore.
Right. And how
know?
are they gonna convince people to do this show in the future and keep this show on the air if every time that someone wasn't great, they were just like, yeah, you effing suck, get the hell off here.
Yeah.
People aren't gonna want to do this show.
Let's be nice, but like, also we have to like not be totally delusional here.
Yeah. And I have a lot more to say when we get to elimination, but
okay.
For right now, I'll keep it.
But shout out Guy Niecase, Laurel Rells,
if you're listening,
great uncle, spitting the truth at us via Facebook.
Okay, next up we have Daniela and Jason. They had a jazz to Take on Me by I
hate you. Cha-cha? I don't like that one bit. Okay, so I have this music video makes me cry for some reason. I don't know why. It's like kind of sad.
Yeah.
But and then we had Daniela's ankle situation this week, so I was like nervous that she wasn't going to be able to perform with him. But luckily he got to practice with Coco, and she's great. I'm obsessed with this. It was the jazziest jazz that ever jazzed.
I loved it. Loved it so much.
I watched it like 6 times today.
Yeah, it was another one. So before tonight, some of the music videos that I wasn't as familiar with, that it had been a while since I had watched the music video, I went back and watched this one during the day before I saw the performance. And I thought creatively and artistically, it just all came together so well on the dance floor. I was so impressed. Daniela's dress change, where it went from like cartoon dress to color dress, like it was just so good. I thought that it was just, he commits to everything in the dance.
It was so good. It was spot on.
Smooth, cute, high energy. It was, like you said, I wrote, it is so jazzy. It was just the best jazz of the night.
It was the best jazz I've maybe ever seen on the show. It was like the quintessential jazz. Yes. Like, it was everything I could have hoped for and then more.
Especially compared to the jazz that we had watched before.
Jazz is a loose term for what that was.
But oh
my God. And I thought it was spectacular. And again, with the background dancers, like when you have background dancers, it's easy to get lost in everything that's going on in the production value. But he held his own. I did not take my eyes off of him and Daniela the whole time. I was so blown away by this. And I am so just at a loss with what the judges saw. I think him coming in so strong in the competition and blowing us away so early may have done him a disservice, because I don't know what more they expect from him, because this was literally everything that it could have possibly been.
Yeah, I don't know what is going on in their heads. I really don't. I could not agree less with some of the scores that he got tonight, especially because it just grinds my gears moving forward throughout the night, because that was electric. I mean, that was a great dance. It fit the theme perfectly. It fit the style of dance perfectly. The choreography was great. It was entertaining, and it was different.
Yes.
And that's why I got so frustrated when Derek and Carrie-Ann, I don't know what is up with them. I can't tell if they're just trying to one-up each other on who can give more critiques or more criticism, but that's how that felt. It felt like it was the war of Carrie-Ann versus Derek here on, like, yeah, well, we just really didn't like your dance, so we're just going to give you an 8, which I don't think that's fair. I just didn't think that was fair.
I don't understand what more they were expecting. They were like, we expect more from you. And I'm like, but what more could he have brought? Like,
He's actually perfect.
Daniela's choreography was spot on. It was exactly correct. And he performed it exactly as he should have. I just, like, if you don't want to give it a 10 because you're waiting for something, I don't know, whatever, that's fine. Give it a 9, you know? Like you did Ariana, which I feel the same way about her dance. I was like, what more did you want from her? That's exactly how I felt about Jason's dance. I was like, what more could he have done? And like, for you to not even get him to a 9, are you joking?
Yeah, I thought this should have been scored like Ariana's dance at least. And then I agreed with Paula's 10 because that's what made me happy here is I wanted Paula to give Jason a 10. I want Paula to give everyone a 10. I even want Paula to give Harry a 10. Like,
Ooh,
that's how I want our guest judges to be, though. I really do. Like, they are there to boost morale and boost scores. That's just what they're there for. But in this case, I thought Paula was right. So
it was so good. I want to know, like, what is your criteria here?
Yeah.
Like,
they don't have it.
What did they, like, truly,
they're honestly, just going wherever the wind takes them here.
They've gone rogue. There's no consistency. And we've said that multiple times this season that they're inconsistent. Like, you're telling me that this is an 8 and then some other people down the line that we're going to get to are also an 8 who were nowhere near as good. How?
And they're screwing people over by that. They are.
Yes.
It's not just the voters' faults, baby.
No, it's not. And I'm just, I'm so, this is where I started to get pissed off last night. And like this, after this performance and the scoring and just how wrong they were, this gave me big James Vanderbeek energy when they kept Allie
scoring him low.
They kept scoring him low. And then in the judges' elimination, they kept Allie Brooke over him.
Yeah, I know. I will literally, even after what happened last night, I will never be a proponent of the judges save again, specifically after all the things we've been through. So,
I mean, and that's fair. I'm still very on the fence about it. I don't know if I think fan votes should count for like a third and then judges scores are 2/3. I don't know if that would maybe even the playing field instead of like the 50-50 thing.
Maybe 60-40.
I don't know. But like, I just am so pissed off that like, how can you tell me that was an 8 dance when there was literally nothing wrong with it at all?
I'm with you, girlie. I'm with you.
Okay. Speaking of another 8 dance.
Moving on. Allison and Sasha. They had a quick step to Candyman by Christina Aguilera. I
was so nervous about this because 1, it's a quick step, which is so damn hard. And 2, guess what we got? Another week, another prop, baby. However,
we can't be without the props here.
This one didn't bother me that bad because it went with the music video and
it was a still prop. It stayed in one place.
Yes, and it was only used for a few seconds, and I think it added a little bit to the performance. So I'm at peace with this prop. I cannot believe who was the woman that performed last night, and what has she done with Allison? Because that was so good. She came out. I was so proud of her. Like, she really did it. And it was good.
She was all out, baby.
You didn't like it.
No, I liked it. I really did. It was by far her best dance of the season.
Leaps and bounds.
By far. I mean, I thought, what was last week? What did she do last week? I can't remember. But
she was Buffy the Vampire Slayer last week.
Week before last week when she had the
Are you talking about the one
most memorable year
where she
did dance? Yeah. That was a good dance, and then this was great, even compared to the dance that I thought was leaps and bounds of improvement. After last week, of course, I thought this was improvement because I thought she had nowhere to go but up from last week. So I loved the theme, loved the music video. Again, I don't think they are dressing her fairly.
No, she looked like a grandmother.
Yeah, they're not giving Allison the looks that she deserves. And I feel like the look would really even help. I mean, it would help. It just would. I think it would make the dance look better. But I thought this was smooth. I thought a quick step was a good style for her. Her and Sasha, their partnership looked really good last night.
Mhm.
They looked really in tune. I did think that the choreography was simple, but I thought that that's what she needed, and she did it perfectly. So,
Yeah, simple isn't a bad thing necessarily if as long as you do it well. And I think that she did. Her footwork looked so much better when they were in hold. Her frame was good. They had closer body contact. I was just so pleased and I was really excited for her and she's having so much fun. Um but again, I mean, yes, she is, especially after last night, significantly better than Harry. However, she is still not to the level of everyone else. But
right. And I don't think her scores should be at the level of everyone else's.
no, not by any means. But I will say that this was her breakout dance for sure. And I was really happy for her. But
No, and she does deserve it.
it's just a little too late almost.
Yeah, it bothers me that she got the same exact scores as Lele did. And she scored almost as, I mean, Jason, yeah. I don't think that you can compare, you can give her an 8, but you also gave Jason an 8.
Yeah.
Like, to me, this is where we're not lining up here. And someone wrote in the Facebook group, I don't know if you're going to quote this or not, but this is the point in the season where they start being really harsh on the great dancers that are here. And they start, handing out freebies to the ones who have kind of been dragging behind. And I thought that Allison's scores were a result of that. I think that they were saying, oh my God, it was just truly incredible compared to what you've done the last 6 weeks. So we're going to score you all 8s and 9s. Like, that wasn't, I didn't enjoy that part. But I loved that Paula, again, gave her a 9. I would have been happy if Paula gave her a 10. I truly would have. But in my opinion, it was a 7s dance. This is where she should have been at like week 4 or 5, but here we are.
Correct. So. But I am so glad that she did this and had this breakout moment. And I'm so glad that we will not have to hopefully be in physical pain from cringing watching her dance.
Right. Like forward. I think she is a pleasure to watch after last night.
Yes, agreed, which is such a nice change. And, she's having the time of her life and it's fun. It's contagious. Last night her energy was contagious. It was infectious. I was really, really genuinely happy for her.
I have something else I want to say on the record about her. I love that Sasha is not just throwing her in these lifts and not throwing her up in lifts to make up for that she's not a good dancer.
Ooh, he really is. That's a good point.
He's making her dance. And for that, like, she deserves it. She deserves to be there. She deserves the good critique. And I'm really happy for her.
And she's working her ass off, clearly.
She is. And she's not getting the easy way out here.
Yeah.
So
I'm so at peace with this. Like, I was so excited for her. And I think that here's a hot take. I think that people are so distracted by the fact that Harry is hot and he's popular and we know him and he's cute and fun and has a good personality and he's also trying really hard. Mm-hmm. And he and Allison are definitely the bottom 2 skill level wise. Mm-hmm. And so they're pitting them against each other. And that's not cool. That's not fair. You can't tell people stop voting for Harry, stop voting for Allison, stop voting for whoever else. Like
Barry.
Right. Yeah. People are going to vote for who they want to vote for. It just is what it is. It's always been this way. But like, we can all enjoy this show, but like, we don't have to say, Allison's the worst. Allison should have gone home, or Harry's the worst. Harry should have gone home. You just kind of, and I'm guilty of this too. I get pissed and frustrated as well, especially when people leave before their time.
Right.
But like, it really is like, it's no one person's fault. And it's definitely not the celebrity's fault.
No.
So
they're all there doing the same thing. They really are. They're all there doing the same thing.
Very nice and positive and uplifting. And you can say that someone's good or that you like someone and also think that maybe they're not the best at something.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And again, she's not a dancer either. So
But she's trying to become one, isn't she?
And this is what the show's about, baby. You are not supposed to have dance experience coming in here. So, okay. Next up, something exciting to talk about too. Val and Sochi, they had a Jazz to Holla Back Girl by Gwen Stefani.
Can we just talk about the fact that this child was not even born when this song came out?
That's crazy. It was what, 2005?
The song came out in 2004, and Sochi was born in 2006.
Woof. I was in the 8th grade.
I was in the 7th grade.
Yeah. That's nuts.
And she was
That's nuts.
And she was fresh out of the womb. Like,
she's so good.
Where do we sign up for the nursing home is my question, because I will say, like, some of these, like when they showed Britney's Slave for You video, I was like, oh, it's very early 2000s. Like, the quality is so bad.
Early.
Like, yeah. But that was like peak, like, at the time. So it's just like, oh my God, we're so old.
We are. But this was a great choice for these two. This dance to me was freestyle vibes. Mm-hmm. I thought they looked like they were out there doing a freestyle. The energy was high. I thought Val killed it with the choreography. I think that when she went to switch into costume, obviously, with the band member hat, with the drum major hat and the Letterman jacket, and that kind of went awry, that her energy did drop. And
yeah, you could see the panic.
You could see that she was like out of it a little bit. But again, overall, a very, very good dance. I thought it was incredible.
You know what killed me? So when Val in their rehearsal package was talking about this dance and how excited he was and stuff, he was like, and Sochi's genuine passion for Gwen Stefani. I was like, what? Like, oh, Motown fan Jason Mraz and Gwen Stefani super fan Sochi. What? Genuine passion for Gwen Stefani.
It's hilarious.
What is that?
I love Val so much.
I do too. And here's the thing about this dance, though. It was a little chaotic. I felt like this is one where the performance value got in the way of the actual dancing.
Got it.
I think it was chaotic. And I think she definitely lost her confidence, and like the vibe dipped when she had
she straight up frowned.
Yeah, the wardrobe malfunction.
Yeah.
And that it was a great dance, but just compared to the wow factor that so many others had last night, it left me wanting more.
And that's why it does suck that the hat fell, because
I don't think the hat falling is what did it in for me. I think that the whole thing, it was very good, but I feel like it was just overperformed a little bit.
I can see that.
And a couple people said this in the group, and I kind of agree that they thought the energy from Sochi was a little low last night.
Okay.
I don't know how I feel about that. I can see it. I don't know that that's how I would categorize this, but like, I don't think that it was her best dance by far.
No, but it was still
really good and really entertaining.
Right. And like I said, I bought into music video night from the beginning. And so I was just so into it all night. I feel like I was just beaming, smiling all night. Nothing could bring me down. Yeah. And I just loved everyone's dances. I really did. I really was into everyone. But yeah, I'm with you here. This one, not her best. And the judges scored her accordingly. Carrie a 9. Derek threw out an 8. Paula Abdul gave a 9. And Bruno an 8. For a total of 34 out of 40, which I don't think Sochi was expecting that.
No, I don't think so either. I died when Derek was giving his feedback and the audience was booing so hard, and Bruno turns around and goes, "He is an Emmy winner. Shut up."
I cannot wait to get to Bruno.
Oh my God, Bruno is he is the star of the show.
I can't wait.
Also, I didn't realize that you could vote for Sochi by texting like XOCHI. Like, you don't have to put the TL for it to count.
That'd be nice.
Apparently it's true, because Val posted it on his Instagram story. And also, Haley Jean let us know that her phone autocorrected Sochi to Coochie.
That's funny.
Unfortunately, last night.
She would be one to type coochie a lot. She knows I love her, but I feel like that would be a word that she would use for fun.
I know.
Like she would use for fun.
I know.
You know.
I know.
I don't mean that in a mean way.
No,
Haley, if
she's
you're listening. I mean that as like you're funny. So you would use
very funny.
That in your everyday vocabulary.
She's a mess. I love her. But yeah, I think she was really shocked by the scores, but she didn't let it, you know, take her
Bring
down
her all the way down.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they all still had something else to do later, so they had to, they had their mindset had to shift because they had a group dance. So
oh yeah, we did. But
okay, next up, where are we? Charity and Artem had a jazz to "All for You" by Janet Jackson.
So in the package, Artem apparently didn't have Nikki Bella give him any of her makeup wipes to get that skeleton makeup off. He was rocking the guy liner. Leah Horde said, Artem with that leftover eyeliner is going to be my sleep paralysis demon tonight.
That is so funny.
Let's talk about brunch.
Yeah, that was interesting. Very curated.
Brunch with the girls.
Day. Charity's having a girls' day.
Just brunch with the girls, my fellow girlies. It was giving TLC's 4 weddings champagne meetup of the brides that are competing against each other.
It was giving night 1 at the Bachelor Mansion.
Ooh, that's a good one too. It added nothing to the storyline at all.
Yeah, I didn't understand it. But I was like, they really are just trying to fill some time.
And they kept pushing the storyline. Like, even in Skybox, Julian's like, tell us about brunch with the girls. And I was like, why are we making this a thing? This is so weird and scripted. Yeah. What are we doing? Like, is this sponsored by like Eggo Waffles? What is this? I just did not get it.
Sponsored by brunch, sponsored by Hyundai,
sponsored by Tropicana. I don't know. It was bizarre. But then we get into the dance, and like this is where the night started to fall flat for me. This was so boring.
Yeah.
It was stiff and disconnected, and I was bored to tears.
Sometimes Charity can go all cheerleader on me, and this dance was all cheerleader for me. However, she looked beautiful. She always does. Hair and makeup did her well. I thought that the set and the vibes were so good, but the dance didn't really match the vision, I think, in the original music video. She looks like a Barbie doll. Mm-hmm. And while I do think that she is a front runner, when I watched this dance, I thought she doesn't look like a top 4 dancer to me here. She looks kind of like she's falling to the bottom of the pack.
I agree. This fell so flat to me. Like Girly got her steps in though, because she sure did a lot of walking around, skipping around, picking them up and putting them down.
Yeah.
Sarah Mallory said this is giving middle school pep rally dance, which is spot on. And then Gabrielle Green, our bestie, came in and said, this is giving unseasoned chicken. Oh. It was so bland. Yeah, it was boring. Bland. And I like Charity, but this was so boring to watch.
It was just not her best, and it was not Artem's best. They could have done so much more, and I think that that's where it gets annoying, is because it's like, damn it, Artem, you could have done more with this. And here we are, you're giving me, kick lines.
Skip to Malou. That's what it was. Yeah, that was it. That was the choreography summed up.
The judges didn't like it either. She ate it up. She got 8s from everybody, which, again, I don't think these two were expecting 8s either.
No, I don't think so either.
So.
But it was fine.
Yeah. Okay. Next up, we had Barry and Peta. They had a quick step to I'm Still Standing by Elton John.
Why does this show hate this man?
I don't know.
I'm Still Standing. They're like, wow, you old geezer. Look at you still in this competition. Congrats. I'm still standing.
I didn't even put that necessarily. Whenever I read the set, whenever they do like the press release and you get the names and stuff, and I read that and I thought, oh my gosh, how interesting. Why would they pick that? And then it all hit me like, oh, are they really trying to make an allude to him like literally still being there.
I don't know if that was intentional or not, but I think everyone picked up on it.
But
Bruno,
with Bruno.
Bruno.
So that makes sense. That makes sense. With Bruno, it makes sense.
Bruno in that music video. A king.
The star.
A king.
The star.
Bruno featuring Bruno's pubes.
And his crotch. Bruno's crotch.
The pubes were pubing.
Like, literally. I got flagged for trying to comment a response about pubes in the group. And it was so funny. I got like 3 notifications that my comments were going against community standards yesterday. And I was worried my Facebook was going to be flagged.
You're on a watch list.
Talking about Bruno's crotch.
It was unreal. And like, I had like, I don't know, want to say that it was like hope, but I kind of was like wanting to see like Daniela's quick change of snapping down the dress, and it was the colored dress. Barry snap off that suit and be in Bruno's leather unitard.
Literally, like his whatever that was. I thought that it was a slow dance for the song. I love seeing Barry. He does give it his all. But last night, it was very slow. I thought last night was just a slow night for him. He missed a lot of the split kicks. He messed up a good bit, actually. But whenever the song was going quicker, it felt like Barry was doing better. I loved that they included having Bruno with the glitter toss.
The sprinkle.
Right on par with the music video. Chef's kiss. Yeah. I wish Bruno could have gotten up and actually danced, but I know that probably would have taken it too far because he is a judge.
Conflict of interest there.
But it was wonderful. I love that they included that specifically with Bruno in the music video as the star. 10 out of 10 for that.
Yes. I thought it was cute. I thought it was lacking in the choreography department. I thought it was a little boring. I thought this was a hard song for this. Like, everyone else has these, like, which, like, this song slaps. This song is definitely a banger, but, like, I don't know. I feel like everyone else was so high energy, and this was a little bit like, I mean, and no respect to Sir Elton John. Like, this song slaps every time.
No, it's a great song for
just sure. Like, in the context of, like, compared to everyone else's, I felt like it was not quite on par.
Yeah.
And then we get into the judging, and Carrie Ann brings up the damn AARP. Why?
Savage.
Why is everyone just shitting on this man?
And high-fiving Paula Abdul, being like, proud members of the AARP. She said, as a fellow AARP member.
They're just like, you're old.
AARP member, Barry Williams. It's how we can announce
Motown fan, Jason Mraz. Gwen Stefani, passionate superfan, Sochi Gomez. And AARP card-carrying member, Barry Williams.
I really wish that the AARP would sponsor this podcast.
I think Barry is the new face of the AARP.
I love it. I love that for him.
And then
sevens.
We get
sevens
all
across
sevens,
the board.
all sevens. We get to the skybox, and Julianne just loses her damn mind. She basically, I'm just gonna sum it up by 2 comments from our beloved Facebook group. And these are, I don't think I've ever quoted them before, so I'm excited. I don't know if they're new. If you are, welcome aboard. If you're not, I'm sorry, I've never seen anything that you've said before, but these absolutely killed me to death.
We're sorry that you weren't funny before.
That's not what I'm saying.
Go ahead.
Anna Robbins said, Julianne might as well have asked, you're the oldest person alive. What's it like to still be here? No. What's it like to still be here and not be dead?
He's only 69.
And then Brie Flossie. I think it's Flossie, Flossi. It's either Flossie or Flossie. So I apologize if I messed that up. She followed up and replied to Anna's comment and said, you're hours from turning to dust. How did that dance make you feel?
I mean, it's like, I know he's old, but come on, it's not like, but I will say, it's been a while since someone over the age of 60 has made it this far.
But he's doing a good job. He's not old and decrepit. He's not Grandpa Joe from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory who hasn't been out of bed in 30 years.
Hey, that man jumped right out of bed, though. He would have done great.
He
on
hopped
Dancing
right
with
out
the
of
Stars.
bed and turned his swag on for Willy Wonka.
He literally did. He literally did. But yeah, I do think though that this was very. Whenever I watched this dance last night, I thought, okay, and you know me, I'm impassioned for Barry. I love him. But I thought after last night, I was like, oh, it doesn't look like he's doing as well right now.
No, it looks like
So
he's like everyone's
giving up a little
rising
bit.
to the top, and he's not keeping up, which makes me very sad because I love this man so much. He is my king.
Yeah. So 7s across the board, pretty low scores, but I think they were deserved.
I think he could have gotten on 8. Bruno should have given an 8.
No, Paula should have. Like that's that's my thing. It's like let the actual judges do the judging, and then have our guest judge there to kind of throw a bone.
Yeah.
Instead of the judges being the one to throw the bone.
Yeah.
So
then we had the team dances, which I forgot how much I love a damn team dance, dude.
It was so needed. It was so needed.
I was like fading fast at this point in the evening. And the team dances brought me back to life in a way that I've never experienced before.
Okay, let's jump in. Okay, so we had they did a promo or not a promo, but they had kind of an aside where they showed how the teams were chosen last week.
Damn.
And they let the people with the 2 lowest scores be team captains, and that was Allison and Harry.
They're like, get over here, you 2 losers.
So Allison and Harry got to pick their teams, and Harry chose first, and I think he chose Lele first.
He did, because they're besties.
Yeah, and so so I'll just get to our teams because I don't remember exactly who everyone chose, but Harry, Lele, Sochi, and Charity were team Youngin style because they were assigned Gangnam style for their team dance.
Yes.
And then we had Allison, Ariana, Barry, and Jason they had Everybody by the Backstreet Boys. They had another freestyle to Everybody by the Backstreet Boys.
First of all, shame on everyone for picking Barry last.
I know.
My heart broke.
But Allison did say the best for last, and I think it's true. But I don't think Barry's shocked he was chosen last. It's not funny. I don't know why I can't stop laughing.
What did you say?
I don't think Barry was shocked that he was chosen last.
Don't say that.
I don't mean that. It's not funny, but it is. But it
was like it didn't bother him a bit. He just bumped right on her.
He's like, oh yeah, but
he's like, oh, somebody
luckily
picked
he's
me.
still the oldest man alive.
Well, Barry, I'm picking you. I don't know if you'll live to see the day we do the team dance. Oh my god. So Team Youngin style with their iron-on t-shirts.
Incredible.
I am my expectations were on the floor. Like I was like, this is gonna suck ass. This is gonna be so bad.
I saw the difference in songs, and I thought one team has Everybody by the Backstreet Boys, and one team has Gangnam Style.
I know.
What the hell?
I was like, wow. So you guys really just said one team is going to slay, and the other team is going to look like a hot ass mess.
Yeah, I'm telling you, like I had no hopes for this. I just knew it was gonna be shit.
Yeah. And I've
never been more wrong.
And I've never been more thrilled to be more wrong. It was like they were shot out of a cannon. I already said that at one point tonight, but like this, I really mean it this time. Like they literally came out guns blazing, the lights, the everything. It was so
the camera work too. The camera work was impeccable.
It was so high energy. I thought it was like being on like speed, I imagine. Like
Truly.
It was unfreaking real. And like the song, like it just kind of like I didn't think that it was like that iconic. Like it was a big pop culture moment, but like I would not think of that as like an iconic music video. And so I was surprised that it was chosen. And I, again, was like, this is going to suck so bad. And they came out and I was just like my mouth fell open. I was amazed. Same. And like, I don't know if it's because Harry was surrounded by so many other people like, and they were all working together as a team and like helping each other out. I don't know if that's why he turned out that performance, but like he even looked good. I was so blown away by everything that happened.
Absolutely blown away. I think having all of them in the same room, all of those pros together, Brandon, Val, Riley, and Artem, it meshed really well because it was a lot of really different styles of pros and obviously stars, but I just don't think it could have gone any better for the cards that they were dealt. Like I said, my expectations were this is going to be so cringy and I'm going to hate it. I literally think this is one of my favorite group dances of all time.
It is like the best thing I've ever seen in my life. It was so good.
I thought that all the partnerships individually really had an opportunity to shine during this dance. I thought that everyone worked really well together in the group setting, but also I loved everybody's partner work, their one-on-one work. I thought that they were going to get docked a little bit for kind of moving to the side while the performers, while like the couples individually danced, but I think it just worked for the song. The group elements, Harry throwing Charity in the air, Harry having his moment with the glasses.
They really kind of they let him be the star of the show.
They did, because I think that they were probably part of them was like, Harry might be going home tonight, so like
let's send him out with a bang.
But also, I don't think that I know that they all know that they could go home at any moment, but I thought that was just such a good, and I loved when Derek said, "You're a team player, Harry, and that's why you're doing so good." But I just thought that dance was incredible, and I wish they would have gone second.
I know, same. I agree. Because
for the other team as well.
The other team's dance was also very good, and we'll get into that in a minute. But like after this, like
I was ready to run through a fucking brick wall. Like I was like,
I know,
literally.
I was like,
I came alive. I came alive
too. I did too. Like, oh my god, it was unreal. And Madeline Newman said, "Oh my god, I've got the zoomies now."
Same. I was like, what the hell just happened?
It was like
fire flames.
Yeah. And I was watching it and I was like, it was like a sensory overload, but like not in a bad way. I was watching it and I was like paralyzed. I was like, oh my God, this is a lot. A lot is happening. And by the end, I was like, let's go. Like, I was so hyped up. It was so damn good. And I know that we just keep saying that it was so good, but like,
let me also say it was the last thing I thought about before I went to sleep at night last night, and it was the first thing I thought about this morning when I woke up.
Like, are we gonna have to bring this song back? Should I play this at my wedding?
Well, that's yes, you should, because honestly, that's what's so crazy is I forgot that this song was a banger.
I know.
I really did.
Shout out to Psy. The only thing that would have made this better, like a 15 out of 10 performance, would be a cameo from Psy, like him dropping down from the ceiling on a podium, like singing this song.
Incredible. Okay, next group. Let's get to them.
Team For Everybody.
Team For Everybody, which I love. I love that team name. Everybody by the Backstreet Boys.
This music video is everything to me. It's the only one that matters in the whole world. It's so good.
Costuming was incredible. I thought they did a really nice job on that. I thought that Barry, I was nervous about Barry hanging with the crew. I was really worried about him. I enjoyed that about this dance, though, that everyone was on the dance floor at all times. So that was interesting. It was like nobody really kind of left at one point. The whole thing was choreographed. However, it was a little bit slower and a little bit more low energy compared to the previous dance.
But I feel like you could run sprints and it would still be low energy compared to the first dance. That was literally a fever dream. It was like what it feels like to chew 5 gum or something. It was like, it was crack. It was crack.
Yeah. And then we had to, and then that's why I felt bad going to this dance, because everybody. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, while this song is also a banger, it doesn't have the crowd like on speed.
No.
You know?
No, the first one was like a mind fuck experience.
Yeah, so they were just at a disadvantage. And it's so hard because I wasn't even nearly as into their dance, and it's not because it wasn't good. It was just because my mind was elsewhere.
I couldn't think straight. I couldn't think about anything besides what I had just experienced.
Yeah.
Like, and like, okay, so I went back and rewatched this today as well. This was really, really, really good. The costuming was amazing. The performance value, amazing. Barry, everyone was serving face. Everyone nailed their solo part. The partner switching was my favorite thing. Watching Barry dip Sasha,
incredible.
And then the high, it was stunning. And they nailed the music video choreography. It was absolutely fantastic. It just, the first dance was like an out-of-body experience.
Yeah. I think also because my hopes were so low for the first dance too.
Yeah.
And then I had really high hopes for the second one. And then when I didn't have the same feeling watching both of them, that's just when I got a little bit bummed. We forgot to even say that the Team Youngin Style's Gangnam Style video dance got the first perfect score of the season with 4 tens. And so we forgot to even say that in our discussion.
I was too busy like trying to form words because like literally that is my new Roman Empire.
Yeah, truly. And then so the Team for Everybody dance, which I loved your recap, and I agree with everything you said. They got a 9 from Kieran, 9 from Derek, a 10 from Paula, as they should, and a 9 from Bruno for a total of 37.
You know what we forgot to mention?
What?
The ending pose where Pasha said, "Baby sea lion." I mean, Sasha, not Pasha, excuse me.
I want everyone to also go look at Val's ending pose in Gangnam Style.
Also,
because I watched that dance 7 times this morning.
Zoom in on Charity's face when she is midair, like 15 stories high, because that is my sleep paralysis demon.
It's so funny. So funny.
Oh my God. No, I thought this dance was so damn good. Nothing on earth will ever compare to the Gangnam Style dance, which I am so shocked those words have come out of my mouth.
I can't believe it either.
I will never recover from. I will never get over this ever. I will be telling my grandchildren about this one day, and they'll be like, "Okay, Grandma, you're about to turn into dust. Time for bed."
You're still standing, Grandma. Okay, so let's talk about elimination.
Do we have to?
I wish we didn't, truly. I don't even have notes. I don't even have notes about elimination.
No, me neither. I didn't put an elimination note. Like, I was riding my high, and then I guess, like, the low of coming off of a high.
Yeah.
I crashed.
Genuine shock is what I experienced.
This was a shocking elimination.
Yeah.
In the worst way.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Okay, so we get to the end of the night and we begin processing which couples are safe and which ones are staying. In my head, I had kind of convinced myself that Barry was going to go last night. Not because I wanted him to, but I just kind of thought, after Allison had such a great dance and Harry just pulls the votes, and then Harry had the great dance with Gangnam Style, I was really like, I just don't know what's going to happen, but I was convinced it was going to be one of our bottom 3. It was going to, bottom 3 in scores. I thought it was going to be Barry, Allison, or Harry. Okay. So when the judges, or whenever Alfonso starts reading off who's all safe, I start realizing how screwed we are when I saw who was left at the end. And it was Barry, Charity, and Lele, right?
Is that right?
Wasn't it Charity left at the end?
See, I didn't take notes because I was so like out of my mind.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's who it was, and I'm sorry to our listeners. I promise I don't mean to do anybody a disservice, but regardless, it was Barry and Lele and someone else in the bottom. So I was pretty sure it was Barry, and then whenever they said Lele was eliminated, I was absolutely floored and mad. I was mad and upset.
Yeah, and like Justice for Lele, justice for our king Brandon. Like, Brandon was pissed.
Yeah.
And I love her. I thought she was going to be in the finale. I really did.
I did too. I was pretty convinced that she was going to be one that stayed around for a while. It's also a gut punch, I feel like, for Brandon, because Brandon has consistently gone home early and gone home before, he really hasn't had a partner to kind of carry him through. Brandon began his journey on Dancing with the Stars in season 27. So and the best he's ever done is with Lele, and they came in 8th place.
Yeah.
And I really thought this was his year. I've said it multiple times on the podcast. And I'm just, honestly, I'm genuinely confused because Lele had the biggest following of everyone.
Here's the thing. You can only vote in the US and Canada.
You're right. And she does have probably a pretty heavy international audience.
Correct. Especially Latin American countries, South American, like.
That's true.
And they can't vote unless you like go through the, do a VPN remote in to vote online.
I don't think you can WhatsApp these votes in.
No, definitely not. And so that sucks really bad.
Yeah. So, okay. So I was doing some more research today because a lot of the judging and the scoring has changed a lot over our past few seasons. So not this year, but in the past couple of years, since we were doing the podcast, we had a thing called the Judges Save, where they told us explicitly who the bottom 2 were. And then the judges were able to save whatever couple that they wanted to stay. Okay. Well, right now we're just getting this, while not necessarily the bottom 3, one of you is going home. That's not clear. It's not clear if anyone who's consistently, quote unquote, in the bottom, or this bottom 3 that's just left before an announcement, is even at the bottom. Like, there's no transparency here. And so I'm struggling because we know that judges' scores count for 50% and voting counts for 50%. So I'm just assuming it's a percentage. I'm not a math girly, so I don't know. But there's really no transparency on how the scoring is working, how it's going down, what's actually happening. But like I said, Harry was given all 6s and was still there. So I think that Harry is pulling hella votes, and I don't think it's Harry's fault that he's pulling these hella votes. So I'm a little annoyed.
Not the hella votes.
I'm annoyed at the comparison of it's Harry's time. Yes. Do I think it is Harry's time to go? Yes, I do. I certainly do. But I don't think that people voting for Harry are the reason that other people are going home. It's a hard line, I feel like, because we had this exact same situation with Vinny. So last year, Coco and Vinny made it to the week before the semifinals, which is next week. And here, and I feel like that's pretty comparable, like the most comparable of a comparison here. So I just really don't know what's going to happen. I'm frustrated because it wasn't Lele's time to go. It just wasn't
at all.
Was not her time. But there are a lot of couples. There are 3 couples that I think could all go equally at the same time. While I don't think Lele would have won the mirror ball, but I do think that Lele would have made it to the finale.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And I think she deserved a spot in the finale.
I agree. I'm just disappointed for her. I am so shocked. If you had told me, like, when we first introduced this season, that I was going to fall in love with Lele Pons, I would have absolutely
not believed you.
Not believed you at all. But I love her.
Yeah.
And I hate it for her. I hate it for Brandon. I hate it for all of us because she was such a joy to watch and has been so fun and so consistently good. And this is the part of the show that I hate. Like, just the eliminations that are untimely, because when that happens and you do have people that are clearly not as talented, it makes it a very hostile environment, which is not a fun time.
No.
So I don't want anyone to be hostile. Like, it is what it is. We can only do what we can do. Sometimes you just got to let go and let God.
Yeah, it sucks. No, don't get me wrong. It literally sucks. But where's the transparency? Like, I'm frustrated at not knowing really who the bottom two is, because then we could have our expectations set a little bit better here. They're not even telling us who the bottom two are. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Like, people, you know, I feel like we just need to know a little bit more. And
I
they're
don't
not
know
telling
though,
us.
because if that's the case, then Harry's never going to be in the bottom two, and people are going to be just as pissed.
Yeah, but I feel like it would kind of help level expectations. And then maybe just like Vinny though. Vinny was not in the bottom two, because his ass would have got sent home. But
Mm-hmm.
people were voting for him until they realized, okay, hey, yeah, it's really time we stop voting for this dude. And that's when he went home, double elimination night with Daniel Durant. They went home the same night. So it's like,
Oh shit, I forgot about that.
yeah, they both went home. It was double elimination right before right before the finals, I'm pretty sure. So I was also doing some research because I feel upset about Brandon's situation. And I want Brandon on my screen because I just think he's really great and really talented. And I kind of felt the same way about how Pasha and he also had gotten the short end of the stick a lot. Like, Pasha, the furthest he made it was his first season with Kate Flannery. They came in 7th place. Still didn't even make the semifinals. But
That
then
was not his first season, was it?
yes, it was season 28. Yes, it was. He came on the year after Brandon for the first time. But then he was on season 29 with Carol Baskin. He got sent home the first night. He was on season 30 with Christine Chu. He got sent home the first night. He was on season 31 with Teresa Giudice. He got sent home the first night. So it's like,
She didn't go home the first night, did she?
maybe the second. Maybe the second she came in 15th place. All of these people have come in 14th and 15th place.
That's brutal, man.
So it's like they hadn't really gotten good partners until this year. And I just really thought this was a good year for. I know it's a great year for Pasha, but I really wanted it for Brandon too. And I'm just upset. And I do think that Harry's advantage is that he's good looking and popular, and he's got himself some loyal fans. And with Allison is kind of our little shock too. I didn't think she was going to be around as long as she's been around. A lot of people are voting for her. While I do think a lot of that is coming from her improvement and people are sending her a few votes here and there. Yes, I do, but also at the same time, that doesn't always carry you to the end. So
I know, and it's about to get. We're down to our last 7 couples, and it's about
yes,
to get really scrappy. And this is the part that sucks. Like I said, like, because no matter who goes home, I'm gonna be sad to see them go.
oh, and I don't think if you asked Lele like to send someone home, I doubt she would say Harry. Like, I don't think these people care about who's beating them out. Does that make sense? Like, it's like
Yeah.
we care because we're watching and it's quote unquote not fair, but I don't know. I don't think that they would pick who we think they would pick.
All's fair in love and Dancing with the Stars.
And then justice for Matt Walsh.
Oh my God, yes. Let's talk about the after party. Alfonso and Julianne hosted a mid-season after party last night. All these stars came back. Everyone who was on the show for this season came back.
And a lot of people from last season came back. Shangela was there.
Shangela was there. Hallelujah. Which was great. I loved seeing it. Not Matt Walsh and Sochi swag surfing.
Yeah, Matt Walsh is probably the best dancer that never was.
100%. My guy should not have gone home night one.
You know who would have killed Gangnam Style?
Oh my God, yeah.
Matt Walsh.
They would have thrown him instead of Charity.
Yeah. I'm upset though. Like, I just have such a bad taste in my mouth because I'm bummed about all of it and like how all of it's shaking down.
No, but like the thing is, it's just gonna get harder from here on out.
I know. And either Barry, Allison, or Harry are going to make the semifinals.
Yeah.
One of those 3 will be in the semifinals. And that's only if
3.
And that's only if it goes, according to plan next week. So I do think people, we got to open our eyes and we got to vote for who we think is good, not necessarily who we love. So yeah, it's been a whirlwind, and I'm very devastated about Lele because I really thought she had the potential to win it.
I know. But next
week
we have Whitney Houston night.
Yes.
And I shed tears over this comment. Amy Jacobson asked in the chat, "Oh my God, is Whitney Houston guest judging?" She was being facetious.
And everyone thought she was being serious.
And Heather Jansen just replied and said, "Ma'am, she's dead."
Ma'am. R.I.P. Whitney.
And then Shelby Miles replied and said, "From heaven, yes."
From heaven, yes. Aww.
Guest judging from heaven.
That's funny.
Which it's not funny that Whitney Houston is dead. It was just
no.
We went from so high to so low that this was like the best comedic
And then
relief.
they're like, get excited. Alfonso's like, bye, Lele. Get excited. Next week in the ballroom, it's Whitney night. And it's like, oh my gosh. And then we have Taylor Swift night after that.
Yeah, that's going to be a long episode.
Very long.
Yeah. I just, man.
I could talk about last night's episode for hours just because I just have so many thoughts. And yeah, I don't even really know what to think. Like, I think here's how I want to end it on the judging. I want more transparency. I want a bottom 2. I want a clear bottom 2, and I want you to tell me who's in the bottom 2. That's
Definitely.
what I want.
And on my wish list is just some freaking consistency from the judges. You can't, if you're going to give one person an 8 because you don't think it's good enough, but then you're going to give another person an 8 because they've sucked the whole time until now and they made a huge improvement, which is great, but it wasn't as good as the 8 that
other
you just gave.
Yeah.
Then don't give it an 8.
Oh, last thing. Lele and Brandon were underscored the whole season.
Absolutely.
So
that
the judges can,
the Lion King should have gotten a 10.
Yeah, the judges can think about that. Think about that when they lay their heads down. Derek, if you're listening, think about that. Think about that.
Just like,
it's their fault, truly.
It's just, it sucks. I hate this part. I always start I start this show and I'm like, oh my God, yes, Dancing with the Stars. I missed it so much. And then this point in the season, I'm like, why do I do this to myself?
I know. And then I'm like, and then we talk about it for 2 hours. And like, I let myself get stressed out all over again.
Yep.
About nothing I can control. This is one of those things I have absolutely no control over. Yet I let it control me. So
correct. And also, I will, if you need me between now and next week, I will be watching the Gangnam Style team dance on repeat. That's where you can find me.
Oh, perfect.
I'm about to make Brennan watch it with me.
I know. Ryan loved it. It was incredible.
Does Ryan watch with you?
Yes, he does. He does now.
Is that something that happens after you get married? Do I have that to look forward to?
I told him it was something that was important to me, and it was something that I wanted him to watch, and he is a watcher now.
Wow.
Well, it used to. I didn't have a chance with Monday Night Football, and now nobody's doing anything on Tuesday nights but having butts in chairs watching Dancing with the Stars, baby.
Correct. You're correct.
Anyway, well, thanks y'all for listening. Thanks for bearing with us. Thanks for listening to this long episode. I really try to talk about, see things from every angle, and this week was just a really hard one for me.
Yeah, this one was tough. But you know what? We got some really great shit out of it, like the Gangnam Style dance.
Yes, we did. I can't wait to talk about Whitney night next week. I can't wait to see what happens. I don't know.
There's going to be head-to-head dances next week.
Yes, there are. Yes, there is. Yes, there is. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. Oh, and Ariana gets to sit out.
Yeah, she doesn't have to
do a dance
for her life,
which is interesting.
Yeah. So
anyway,
okay, well, this was fun. Go watch the Gangnam Style dance if you haven't already.
Literally.
If you ever need to pick me up or to feel like you've just like done some heavy drugs, I recommend that for you.
Perfect.
Until next week.
See y'all next week. Bye.
Bye.